there's nobody in this organization really that hasn't not had the challenges, right? It's part of the wisdom that you've acquired over time, and you know, even the best guys right now are struggling. Going into this season, well, I was listening to a podcast with Chad Peterman, and you know, Chad said is we're not going to have as much as we used to have, so we have to do better with what we do have, and that was like, oh yeah, like this is where we need to focus this year, and that's why the training has been like, it's been nonstop since, you know, probably since last August, September. Like, we've been really hard on ourselves to make sure we're doing the training. We're every week we're in here with our teams, or breaking them up into, you know, different disciplines to make sure that we're at our peak level. Relevoice is such an amazing coaching tool, and it's probably the only one like it out there. And what it's allowed me to do is it's allowed me to kind of like dive into any call that one of my guys might be on and really just understand what they're saying, right? And you know, one of the things that I need my team to be, you got to be impeccable with your words, right? And you know, you have to make sure that you're showing up as that professional. And you know, we don't know what we don't know unless we hear what they say, right? So Relevoice allows you to have the opportunity for them to go in there without the pressure of the owner or the manager being with them, going in and just tweaking little things that they said. And you know, I had one of my sales guys had, you know, he kept saying, I kept picking up this one thing that he said, and it was just a word, right? And he was talking about warranties, and he said, yeah, and obviously we're going to give, you know, a 5-year parts and labor on it, and you know, going through it, and I'm like time out, right? Like, it's not obviously, right? You're saying that then everybody's doing it, right? You're implying that everybody's doing it, and that's wrong. Like, we're different from everybody else, right? So you need to substitute that word, right? And you know, we're unique in the way that we always include this warranty on every system, where our competitors are typically, you know, a year or so, right? And just that shift changes the whole trajectory of the call form, right? Because he then understood the importance of changing one word or removing one word, and then how does that go from there? And it has tremendous impact. And you see the impact immediately, right? Like, you know, the results from last April to this April, right? Like, so last year, we look back, we just had the most amazing April from a sales team with the smallest amount of leads we ever had. Last year, we closed like I think it's 32% of all of our calls across the board in our HVAC replacement world, with a $14,000 average ticket, right? And we were very frustrated last year. We didn't do as well as we should have, and we had a lot of opportunities. Fast forward to this April, we went from 110 to 72, right? So we lost like 30% of our leads. But our guys closed at a 63% with an $18,000 average ticket, which we literally almost doubled our revenue off of that. And you know, I attribute the whole thing to Relevoice, right? Like, it is, there's no other explanation, right? It is just how we executed those calls, and what our guys ultimately did with it. Talking about the SP program, and the vetting is amazing, you know, because you have this confidence going in, and you have these other bigger companies, right? And they go out, they try to find the best company for whatever, whether it's a new product or a new service. So we all kind of feed the information back, and it's like, hey, this product is the real deal. And then to find out that we have a lot of people that are not participating in it, you know, kind of, why would you have this opportunity and pay the dues and not go and do the little bit of work to make sure that you're getting your money, or picking vendors that, you know, can kick you something back? You know, the amount of money that we get back it pays for dues, it pays for all our gold points. You know, we buy 3 or 4 sets a year. plus we get a little bit of extra money back, and I don't want to give that up, right? And I think the more people that participate will ensure that the program continues on as we're starting to lose some of the private equity people. I think the organization should make them participate.
As a rebate champion, I make sure that quarterly I'm looking at all of the opportunities to make sure we're maximizing on everything that we can. I will go through the list. It takes me maybe 20 minutes just to make sure that we're getting everybody that we can, go through our invoices to see if there was anything new that I missed. I didn't maybe know that we were using a particular company, and are they on the list as well? And then just doing the actual spreadsheets now are a breeze, because it's just going through, doing our self-reporting. Out of the 26 companies that we are currently participating in, there's only 4 that I have to self-report. So it's a quick Excel spreadsheet, upload it, no problem, and we save a ton of money.
2023 was not a fun year for us as a company, but we stayed the course. We continued to work on bettering the company, and we already see the dividends that it's paying tremendously, right? We're about to embark on probably one of our best months this month, and and it's still not even great out there, but it is all the work, all the people, all the things, identifying where your weaknesses were, which is what 2023 really did, right? It showed us where the weakness was, and then where to put your energy and focus. And then once we did it, here we're on the back side of that, and hopefully can continue that way.